Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? I'm audible.
Morning, ma'am. Morning, ma'am.
How are you guys doing? It's really good to see you all this morning over here.
We are doing great, ma'am. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. So I'll just quickly give you my introduction. So my name is Aakansha Tangade. I am director and founder of Cube Square Studio. It's a digital marketing agency located in Pune. And even I started my journey 5 years back, like more than 5 years back. But Cube Square Studio, my startup, I started 5 years back. So I'm going to share my experiences and also what all challenges and problems which I faced when I started my startup. And we're going to like have a interactive session when you can also share your experiences. I'll be sharing my experiences. You can ask me if you have any doubts or queries. All right. So yeah, let's begin with the session.
Ma'am,
So
we have a
yeah,
small welcome and introductions.
sure.
Good morning, everyone. Take risk in your life. If you win, you can lead. If you lose, you can guide. I, Ashishri Gowda, on behalf of Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship, consider it a great honor to welcome our chief guest and a keynote speaker, Mr. Neil Komatwar, sir, and Ms. Aakansha Tangade, ma'am. I heartily welcome you, sir and ma'am. I also welcome our faculty member, Professor Anuja Narvankar, ma'am, and all my dear Vivians. I welcome you all. Now I would like to call upon Ms. Shagun Gupta to take over. Good morning, everyone. I'm Shagun Gupta, here to give an introduction on Vivek at College of Commerce and Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship. Vivek Education Society is a charitable institution set up in the year 1961, had established Vivek Vidyalaya in 1962, had followed it up by starting junior college. Vivek College of Commerce started in 1986. It is recognized as a vibrant institution working continuously for the cause of education. Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship was started on 11 December 2018. Vivek College of Commerce is first college in Maharashtra to inaugurate an incubation center and MITS, that is Maharashtra Information Technology Support Center. We have recognized ourselves under Ministry of Education, Institution, Innovation Council, and have also completed and approved all our quarter first and second activities under IIC. We also have Atal Tinkering Lab scheme in which we do mapping in different schools. We had participated in NEC, that is National Entrepreneurship Challenge. We secured second position in basic track in 2022 and 23 and secured fifth rank in advanced rank. And we were the only commerce college among 900 plus engineering college. And Google has recognized our broadcast, selecting it for upload on their platform. Now I would like to introduce our keynote speaker, Miss Ankita Tangade ma'am, Aakansha Tangade ma'am, and Neil Komatwar sir. Miss Aakansha Tangade, she has done master in operation and marketing, and she has 5 years of experience in digital marketing. She is also know about social media marketing strategy. She is digital market consultant, and she gave consult to 100 plus brand globally. She successfully delivered more than 500 campaigns and spent more than 2 crore for paid campaign. Now, I would like to introduce Neil Komatwar sir. He is digital marketing trainer, corporate trainer, and lead generation specialist. He is also founder and CEO of Neil Digital Enterprises Private Limited. He is director of Sri Mahalakshmi Investment and mentor of Challenge Atal Tinkering Labs. And he is former entrepreneur at Geosarthi, and he is marketing consultant at Enkel Cart, work with more than 300 plus brands. Now, ma'am, we can take over.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for our introduction and this warm welcome. So now, again, I'll just tell a few more things about myself. So I'm also a trainer with Google. So I do train digital marketing along with Nilesh to the apprentices of Google. So we have these training programs, and we do teach them social media marketing and digital marketing to the employees of Google as well. So with all these expertise, like we have like gone through a lot of issues, problems, challenges, which all the startups and which any entrepreneur is going to face. So we are going to discuss all those things with you today. All right. So without any ado, let's begin. So when we talk about problem solving in startups, so let's have this interactive session. Can you guys tell me like what are the challenges which any of the startup face? Any of you can tell me like the basic challenges which any of the startup would face? Can you guys tell me any of you?
Like capital, ma'am. Sometimes
Of course, right?
advertising,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else?
competition from market.
Absolutely. Right. What else? Anyone else? All right. So any startup. So I'll just tell you my story. So when I started before starting Cube Square Studio, I was also working in a startup. So it was just a small 2 BHK flat wherein they were operating. That was also a digital marketing agency, and it was a 2 BHK small flat wherein like they were having only 5 to 7 employees, and I was one of them. So over there we faced a lot of challenges. So no matter what, like you guys must be feeling like after the completion of the course we should go and directly get the opportunity in working in MNC. Of course you all should must get the opportunity in working in MNC, but when you work in startup at that time you get a lot of knowledge which you won't be getting in any MNC. So startups tell you like how you are going to sustain even in even in the very unfavorable conditions also. So what are those issues? So when I was working in that startup, there were certain issues. Like there was the team was not that big. Team was only a people of 6 to 7 people, including the owners. So who is going to do what kind of work is going to be allocated to whom? So that was one challenge. So the people management, team management, that was one of the challenge. Then again, another issue, another problem faced in that particular startup was like there were so many people, like there were so many projects which were like coming to these people, to my startup owner, but he was unable to cater to all their needs because there were limitations. So he used to do some sort of jugaad. Like my social media manager, so he used to ask me to do the content work also. There was another ads person, he used to ask him to do some sort of going and doing the sales part also. So he used to do some sort of jugaad. So startup ka main funda ye hai, you have to do some sort of jugaad. If you are having jugadu mind, you can do anything. So there are going to be various n number of challenges which any person is going to face when they are having their own startup. So my suggestion would be like before going for any MNC, you should always work for at least any startup, maybe for 3 or 6 months, so you get to understand the basic problems also. So once you understand the what are the basic problems and how you cater to that, you become well versed with the bigger issues, the challenges which you can face in the MNC. So later on you can just go and take some opportunity of working in MNC. Obviously there's going to be a great package, but initially you should not think about any sort of how much package they are providing us. So it should be more of quality of work, more of understanding the real challenges and the real problems, and then going and taking a decision of working for some sort of bigger agency, like maybe bigger MNC or something like that. So that is one thing. So let me just share my screen. Just give me a moment. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we are going to discuss about like what are the problems faced by the startups. So as just now this person said, so like there are issues like capital, advertising, competition. So yeah, these are one of the the main challenges which any startup is going to face. But apart from that, there are other few problems also. So let's discuss what are these problems and how can we cater to those problems. So one of the problem is limited resources. So when you are starting off with any startup, there is going to be there are going to be limited resources. As I gave you the example of the startup company where I used to work as an intern. So again over there also what problems they faced, similar key, there were problems of the funding. So they were supposed to like pay the rent of that particular flat, then other resources like the internet, the electricity bill, the cleaning staff, the working staff, their salaries, and the tools which were to be used for the smooth running of the digital marketing business. So there are so many things which any startup is going to face. Like they need these particular things, but there are certain limitations to that, because their funding is less, their capital is less. That is why they cannot like even though they feel that okay, this is going to be helpful for them, but still they have to work in the limited resources. Why? Because obviously it is going to be like a challenge for them to like cater to all sort of things. So they try to do everything in a limited manner. So there's limited funding, there's limited manpower. So if I take again example of a digital marketing agency, so there are a lot of there are different domains in under that, like social media person, branding person, ads, SEO expert, website developer, content writer, graphic designer, video editor. So there are so many people. But what do startups do? They try to like do something, like they will ask the graphic designer only to do video editing, to do the UI UX designing. They will ask salesperson only to maybe sometimes work with the bills and the other stuff. They might ask social media person. Is my screen still visible?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just a minute. It went on this thing. Yeah. So there are certain issues, like they face the issues with like funding, with manpower, the appropriate tools, the tools which are required for the smooth running. So these are the issues which they face. So what is the solution to that? Obviously initially there are going to be limited resources, but what they can do is, like any startup owner, he can just try, like he himself can do multitasking, and he can hire a person who is already having multiple skills. For example, if a person is hiring like I'm having my one of my teammate, like he handles my ads, he handles the SEO thing, he handles the website thing. So one person is doing like three different he's taking care of three different domains. So we can always hire a person who's having expertise in different domains. So that will be helpful for like hiring one person but teen काम हो रहे, right? So this is one kind of solution to this, कि hire a person who is doing multiple things. Then again, online there are so many things, like if you want appropriate content for like you need content writer. So what is a substitute for the content writer? You can use chat gpt. Everyone is well versed with chat gpt. Have you heard about it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, GPT, Midjourney, there are so many AI tools these days which could be helpful for every business person, for maybe the designing purpose, for video editing, for the creation of the content, for so many things. There are ready-made AI options, AI tools, which is like helpful for any of the startup to like in spite of having the limited resources, they can use this AI technology. They can hire a person who is like really skilled and who can do multiple different domains ka job. So in this way, basically, you can like work on this point. You can overcome this issue of limited resources. Talking about the second part, talking about the funds or the capital, as someone said. So again, it depends on you also. Like initially, when I started my Cube Square Studio, my agency, at that time, I hardly had savings of 20,000, not more than that. So with 20,000, I started my business. Although I had my father's office, but I use this hybrid model. I gave this option of like work from home to my employees. I had like initial in first month, I tried and like went in the market, and like I got 4 to 5 clients, four अच्छे खासे clients who were paying me 10,000, and one normal client who was like ready to give me work every now and then, not on a continuous basis. So initially I was having 4 to 5 clients, and I did not took any advance, because obviously that was a startup. I was not having a lot of things to show in the market, like okay, this is my portfolio or something. So I couldn't expect any advance from them at that particular time. So I had only this 20,000 rupees in my pocket. I what technique I used. I gave this people, all these people, the work from home wala model, and then again most of the things were done by me. I used to create the agreements, I used to create the invoices, I used to create the sales pitch, I used to make the social media strategy, and the rest of the work I used to like divide in my team. So in this way I did initially, and then again I got to know about like there are so many schemes in the market. So like even the government is helping you out, like to if you're having any sort of startup idea that is innovative, innovative, so government is also ready to give you, opportunities. So there are mudra loans, there are so many different types of loans which government is also offering. So if you are like, if you're educated, there are certain norms. If you are female, if you're male, what are the criteria, what is your education, if you're graduate, if you're postgraduate, if you are having some sort of issue in the market, which is like most of the people are facing some sort of issue, and you are going to cater to that particular problem. So at that time also, the government helps you. So there are so many policies in the market, offered by the government, which you can use. When like in this way you can, like, cater to the issue of capital or funding. So it totally depends on you, like what, also you need to have a good education at that time also. It is also considered by the government, like, okay, these people are educated, so at that time also they consider it that, and they give you the loans. Although if you have like a basic idea, it is not very unique startup idea, a basic idea also. So there are certain loans like mudra loans and also, which gives you 50,000, and if you pay it on time and everything, then it increases, 50,000 ka increase hote jata hai. So in that way, basically, there are so many options given by the government also. So you have to basically just you have to check out continuously, like what all options government is also offering. So in this way, initially, 50,000 is, I think, a very decent amount to start off. When I started, I was having only 20,000. So 50,000 may, a lot of things could be done. So, and not only this, I gave example of mudra, but there are other particular policies also given by the government. So in this way, you can cater to the issue of funding. In this way, with the help of AI tools and hiring the skilled people, you can cater to the issue of manpower. And talking again about the technology part, like there are certain tools which you want. So initially, you get the free subscription of certain tools. So once you get the client, once you get your first, payment, then you can opt for, like, if there's some sort of tool or technology which is necessary for your business. So you can either, through the funding by the government, through that capital, through that funding, you can purchase that technology, or maybe after the first payment which you get, then you can go for any paid technology or tool which is like required for your smooth running of the business. Then talking about the second point, market fit and validation. So you have to understand, like, who is your target audience, what are their needs, are you catering to their needs? So I'll just give you an example. If you just go to Amazon, I'll just search Amazon over here. So maybe you're entering e-commerce market. Let's take earphones as the example. My screen is visible, right? Yeah. So I'll just randomly open some. Okay. Okay, I'll just open this one. So, okay. So, what you can do, like, if you want to have a startup, like basically selling of some sort of, electronic products or something like that, what can you do? You can just go to Amazon. If you are also thinking about like selling different types of earphones, so what you can do, you can go to Amazon and go in the reviews section. Okay. So over here in the reviews, you can check out like what are the problems faced by the customers, your target customers, target audience.
It's
What are the
12
issues
o'clock.
which they are facing? All right. So over here, you can see poor sound quality, mic isn't working properly. So what you can do if you are entering just e-commerce thing, so you can choose your product of different brands. Like, okay, your product is earphones, so you can just go on Amazon. You can check out different brands ke earphones. You can go to the review section and check out like what are the issues which are faced by the customers. So okay, over here this is a positive feedback, good quality, good quality. Here they said poor sound quality, mic isn't working properly. So you can just copy this issue in an Excel sheet. You can create an Excel sheet. You can just copy and paste the problem over there. Again, sound quality is good, 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 good. Most of the reviews are about okay, positive feedback, no issues. So again, you can just go back and then you can just check out like some other, maybe some other different brands. You can also check out the local brand, maybe Realme. Okay, Zebromix. Let's open Zebromix. Ah, okay, top reviews, nice sound, but the wire is thin. So nice sound, but the wire is so thin that it feels it will break at any moment. So this is again another issue. So again, you're going to copy and paste it in an Excel sheet. Then again over here, earphone quality is good. Everything is good. Good, 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 good. Good quality earphones. Only one thing upsets me, that its calling mic is too far from mouth. So have to hold mic button while on call. So these are the certain issues. So what issues did we see just now? One is like the wire quality is very thin. So when you are going to work on your product, you're going to make sure that your wire quality is like not thin and it is a bit thicker. Then again, the mic has to be actually near the mouth so that no one has to actually hold it in this way. So that is one thing. Again, another thing wherein basically you have to understand like this is the issue. And as we saw over here also, so yahan pe they said that a mic isn't working properly. So you have to make sure like your mic quality is good. So these are the issues. Okay, so this is something which real customers are telling you. Like these are their issues and these are the problems which they are facing with this particular product. So when you are going to launch any sort of product in the market, so at that time you have to go and do the appropriate research. You have to research about your product. You have to research about your target audiences. You have to understand like what exactly they want. So once you understand your customers needs, then you're going to create your product in that fashion. You're going to make it like exactly user friendly. So first you have studied, you have researched about what are the problems faced by your customers, and then you're going to work on that particular issue, and then you're going to provide it in the market for your customers. So obviously if you're going to deal with the issues which are like faced by your customers, your target audiences, and you're going to give solution to that, obviously it is going to work in the market. So this is how you have to firstly understand like how certain products are being perceived by your target audiences in the market. So you have to do the customer persona. So customer persona is what? Customer persona is understanding your customers, and like what are their likes, dislikes, what are the behavior. So depending on the likes, dislikes and preferences of your customers, you can decide what are you going to launch in the market, what are the needs of the customers. So if you're going to cater to some sort of need which is there in the market, for example, now these days like there are so many issues like there are customers who want to have solutions for a lot of things, like there are so many tools which could be helpful for anyone. So all these things would be catered through by giving some sort of solution, right? So you have to cater to all these things. So the next point is intense competition, as someone said. So, competing with the established businesses and similar startups in the market can pose significant challenges, especially without a unique value proposition or differentiation strategy. So, how can you, compete, have healthy practices and strategies to, deal with your competitors? So, you need to have your unique value proposition, your unique selling point. If you have something which is unique from the others, which is something which is not currently launched in the market, which the customers are not having, so which the customers haven't seen. So I'll just give you an example of Kinder Joy. So Kinder Joy is nothing but a simple chocolate, but what strategy they used? They used like two three things they did. So their packaging was very unique. It was in an egg shape. So that was very appealing for their target audience. Who are the target audience? They're the kids, the small children. They are the target audiences. So the egg shape was one of the packaging did one thing. It was very much appealing for the kids. And second thing, so who are actually going to purchase that for the kids? The parents are the decision taker. So the kids as well as the parents are the target audiences for Kinder Joy. So what they did, they showed that the chocolate which they are providing, it is like very uniquely packed. That is one thing. Secondly, it is like having certain nutrients. So it is a chocolate, but still it is going to give some sort of nutrients to your child. So again, that is something which they brought this proposition so that the parents would be convinced to purchase that Kinder Joy chocolate for their kids. And third thing, any kid is going to purchase that because one is they're going to get the chocolate, and second is because they're going to get the toy. So this is the unique value proposition which they use to target their audiences directly. Direct audiences like the children, and indirect is the parents. Why? Because they are going to purchase it, they are going to be the decision makers, right? So in this way you have to understand like what is your unique value proposition and what is your differentiation strategy. Okay. then team building and talent acquisition. So again, as I gave you the example initially, you can hire initially people who are already having skills in different domains. So there has to be there has to be a person who is having expertise in different domains, and you can directly hire that, which is going to be cost effective, and which is also going to be helpful for your business as well. So in this way, basically, you can basically build your cohesive team, and you can train them. So if you as a startup owner, you also need to have a lot of knowledge, so you can also train your team. Even if though they are lacking somewhere, you can basically go and train them for everything. So any questions so far, guys? Anything? Any doubts? Any queries? All right. So next point is regulatory and legal hurdles. So any business when you are starting, there are certain norms for it. Okay, so there are certain legalities which you have to follow. So when you're going to start a startup, there are like basic things like you need to have your maybe a shop act or Udyam Aadhaar certificate. Udyam Aadhaar is nothing but the registration one. So it depends. Like yours is an LLP, limited liability partnership firm, or a proprietary firm, sole proprietorship firm, or a partnership firm, so XYZ, and so on. So accordingly, you're going to register yourself, and you're going to basically register yourself, and then depending on your business type, you're going to have certain compliances. So how can you deal with all these things? So two things. One is you can directly there are so many people out there in every city, so you can reach out to any advocate, or like there are various agencies which help you with like all sort of things, like the GST compliances, the registration of your startup, and whatever other framework. So they help you in that. And if you don't want to go for that, online also it could be done with like as less as like 1000 rupees. So it could be done, and sometimes they don't even charge. So like when I created my Udyam Aadhaar, I did it by myself. I didn't took any help from any advocate or any person who is like dealing with all these things. So if you just go and research by yourself also, all those things could be done easily, like because everything is online, we all know how to use this online platforms. So it could be done very easily. So no matter what it is, so you just have to research about your business, what are the legalities which need to be followed depending on your business, and you can just get the certifications and the everything done online, as well as through any advocate or any legal person who works on the same. Then next point is scaling the operations. So what all are the things in this? So when you are scaling the operations, what all things you're going to do? You have to efficiently manage everything. You have to understand like what are the logistics things, what are the infrastructure things, what are the supply chain management. So you have to basically understand like who all are going to work with you, where they are going to work with you. So as I gave you the example of the flat wherein I was working initially, so it was an infrastructure, it was basically 2 BHK flat. So in that they had a cabin, like one bedroom was the cabin of one owner, second bedroom was the cabin of the another owner, one was the kitchen and the hall part was made as the working space for all of us. So basically you have to understand like where you're going to work, how you're going to work. If your business is related to some sort of maybe import export, or like dealing with more people, selling of your product, so which logistic company is going to be helpful for you? How are you going to manage that? If this is your startup idea, how are you going to scale that? So you need to have your understanding like what are you going to do right now, what are you going to do tomorrow, and what is your plan after 5 years or 10 years. So all the plan has to be there initially. Only you need to have your own mission and vision. So when you start anything, you need to know like what is the mission, why are you starting this, why are you catering to the problems of in the market, and how are you going to cater to that problem? What are things do you require to cater to those problems? So all these things you need to understand. You have to do a in-depth research, and you have to go in the market, you have to talk to people. So you can also if you're launching some product in the market, so you can also do some sort of online you can get an online survey, basically wherein you're trying to understand, like you can create a Google form, and you can just share it with people through online medium, or maybe you can just run an Facebook or Instagram ad, wherein you are trying to understand like what all are the problems of the people. So once you get the data from a lot of people. So once you get the data data from a lot of people, you'll be able to understand, like, okay, these are the issues from this set of people. So the issues faced by a college going person, by a teenager, by an adult, by an old person is going to be totally different. So you have to understand who is your target audiences, and which exact audience are you catering to, and for that, what all things do you require. So in this way, basically, you have to do your research, you have to do all sort of analysis, as I said, customer persona. So who's your customer, what do they want, all sort of things you have to understand appropriately. And then comes the cash flow management. So this is one of the crucial thing by any startup. Not only startups, by like full-fledged buddy businesses also have issues with cash flow management. So it is very important to have an appropriate understanding ski, like how much money do you have, how much are you spending, where are the important things where you have to spend, and what are the regular streams of income. So for example, if I'm having social media marketing, digital marketing agency, so what are my streams of income? My streams of income of, like, I'm doing a training also, like I'm training digital marketing, and I'm providing my services also. So training and services, these two things are the streams through which I'm earning money, right? So you have to understand, like, how are you going to manage your expenses, how are you going to, like, if your payments are not going to be on time, because when you are in a startup, obviously you're going to face this problem. No matter very good clients you have, sometimes the payments may not be on time. So at that time, you need to have some sort of um, some sort of a provision to be done, which has to be like, additional funding has to be there. Maybe you need to have your own saved money, or maybe, as I give you the example of the policies which the government is offering. So you need to understand, like, these issues are going to happen. Like sometimes you're not going to get your payment on time, but you need to, like, make the salaries of your employees, you have to, like, pay the bills of the electricity, of the rent, and all that stuff. So you need to understand, you always have to keep this in your mind, like, you cannot just be totally dependent on your client's payment. Sometimes the client is also going to face some or the other issue, direct, indirect, or some sort of issue is going to be there with your client also. So you need to have proper money along with you, like, okay, this is the additional extra money which I have to, like, keep with myself, where if in case of any sort of issue which happens, if I don't get my payments on time, so I do have this sort of money which I have kept as, like, safe kind of thing. Then the next point is product development and iteration. So developing a minimal viable product. So I'll give you an example. Like, I worked for a company named Skyroots. So they were very much, they were like very reluctant and kind of hesitant, I would say. Like, I had a meeting with them. They were like, we want to start off, we want to launch product in the market, but we are very reluctant going online and all that stuff. They were very hesitant. So I suggested them to do a minimum viable product analysis, MVP analysis we call that. So in that, I said that don't launch the product, don't do anything. Let's do it hypothetically. So and their product was Jawar flakes. The way we have cornflakes, so they had Jawar flakes and Bajra flakes. So what I suggested them, don't launch the product in the market. Let me create a hypothetical campaign for you. So what I did for them, I took that they just showed me, like, this is going to be the consistency, or this is going to be the like, this is how this Jawar flake or, like, Bajra flake will look like. So I asked my designer to create a packaging, a box like the cornflakes, Kellogg's cornflakes ka box jaisa hota hai. I asked him, like, my designer, to create Skyroots ka logo and create Skyroots Bajra flakes ka packaging. So he created this small size Bajra flakes ka box and small size Jawar flakes ka box. The packaging was done appropriately, as if we are actually going to launch this product tomorrow in the market. So we did the packaging design, and we were like set to, like, we created the ads, like, we are like set to sell these products to you guys. So what we did, Jawar flakes and Majra flakes are like very light. They are gluten free. Obviously, gluten is not there. So what you have to also understand, like, it is a very basic thing. कि जवार and बाजरा में gluten होता ही नहीं है, but what we promoted, like, we are offering gluten free products, so there are so many people who are like, we have only gluten free food items, we don't have anything else. So we promoted ourselves, like, our one of the unique value proposition was कि we have gluten free products. These are the good products for diabetic people. Obviously it was gluten free, it was sugar free, so it is good for diabetic people. So our target audience was people who are like go for, like, gluten free products, who are diabetics and who are autistic. So and fourth is like any kind of fitness freaks. So these four segments we created, and different ad sets were created for these people, and four different campaigns were run. Market was product was not there in the market. We just created hypothetical packaging. We created hypothetical ads, like okay, we are having this particular product and we are up for sale. We created one landing page also, like to showcase like what all are the details of this product. Market में launch किया हुआ नहीं था product, but we ran the ads, and in span of 20 to 25 days we got more than 1000 orders. So the most of the orders were from diabetic people. Second was from the people who are like who go for gluten free products. Third one was from the people who are fitness freaks, and the least one was from autistic people, like the children who are autistic or something like that. So without launching the product in the market, we got to understand like the appropriate target audience, the person who is the segment who is going to purchase our products are the diabetic people, and then the fitness freak and the people who are like gluten free and all khate hain. So without launching the product we got this, and then we had data to show to our client, like this is your target audience and they are already like ordering your products when they are not even in the market. So in this way you have to develop the strategy, you have to analyze like which product is this. So this is something wherein the product was not there in the market, still we had the orders, and we also got to know like who is our target audiences. So in this way you have to understand what is your product, and accordingly, according to the requirement, and according to understand, after understanding like who is your target audience, then you're going to develop the product, and then they develop in that fashion to cater to the fitness freaks and to diabetic people. So in this way you have to analyze the product development thing. Then we are towards the last 2 points. One is marketing and customer acquisition. So as I gave you this example of minimum viable product, so as they were happy with this, like without launching the product, we were able to give them 1000 plus orders. So we did all of their marketing. So social media marketing through, we try to promote their products through ads. We try to reach out to their target audiences. So through Facebook and Instagram ads initially, and then later on we started the Google ads also for them. So in this way we tried to we targeted through ads. How do we target it through ads? Through by targeting certain age groups. Like when we run ads, if you guys are aware about it, we have certain options. Like we can target people depending on their age, their geographical area, their gender, male or female, their demographics, like what are their interests, what are their lifestyle, what do they prefer. So on these things we target the people through the ads. So you do the marketing, and then automatically the customer is going to be acquired. Because if you're going to, what I feel is, you cannot just go and like ask people to purchase our thing. You have to make them aware about it, you have to educate them like why to purchase our product. So basically this has to be done. And then the last point, adapting to changes and uncertainty. So when corona arrived, at that time basically no one was expecting corona, but still like there were businesses which failed, and there were certain businesses which basically boomed in the corona period. So you have to be open to any sort of issue. So your strategy has to be such which has to be evolving very rapidly. No matter what challenges are coming, you have to be like going up with the trends, and you also have to be ready with some sort of plan in case recession, corona, or any sort of uncertainty happens. So all those things you have to work in advance. And how that could be done? That could be done through basically SWOT analysis. So you have to understand like what are the strengths of your startup, what are the weaknesses, what are the opportunities, and what are the threats. So if you know what are your strengths, so and what are your opportunities, then you can easily work on your weaknesses and the threats. So basically you need to figure out like, okay, this is my plus point. This is like we are having expertise team, and we can cater to anyone in this particular budget. This is your strength. What are the weaknesses? My competitors are providing the services at the price which no one is which at the price which like no one is going to like cater to. So basically it is all about understanding like what else could be done. So can you guys tell me like what are the questions which you're having?
Don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
There was some issue. Sorry about that. Yeah. So can you guys tell me, like, do you have any questions or doubts related to these things which we discussed so far?
Ma'am, what is like legal hurdles and regulatory?
Yeah, so it totally depends from business to business. It depends on like what is your business. So for digital marketing agency, there are not certain compliances or no certain, this thing like you need to have this particular certification. But if you are entering e-commerce, you need to have certain, certifications and legalities which need to be cleared. If you are entering any sort of business which is into government thing, like for example, one of my client is into waste management. So for that we have a lot of lab testings done, the certifications from the lab, and then we need to be attested by the advocates or something like that. So it totally depends from business to business what is your business type, and accordingly all these things are going to be decided. But for all those things you can just go on Google and you can research. So if your business is a simple like providing some sort of basic service, there are hardly you require certain certifications like Udyam Aadhar and all. And if it is something like complex or something, then you need some sort of attestations and all from the advocate, and some sort of certifications from the lab. It varies from business to business. Anything else? I
Thank you,
think,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
I have a question. You said we should do the SWOT analysis of our organization or business. But if we just have started the business, how will do the steps, SWOT analysis? Because we don't know how our business would do in the market.
Right. Right. The first thing which you have to do is a SWOT analysis, as I said. Firstly, you have to analyze what all are going to be your strengths. You must be understanding, right? Like, this is my strength. Like, I have expertise in this particular thing. I have my funds. I have a lot of funds with me right now. I have expertise team with me. So, these all are your strengths. Okay. I have access to multiple tools right now, right? So, these are the things which are going to be basically your strengths. So when you are going to do any sort of SWOT analysis, that is where you will be understanding and analyzing your business. So initially you just have to analyze your business to the core, like what are the opportunities which could be done, and for those particular opportunities what all steps which you have to take. So once you have the proper understanding of your business, you understand like, okay, here I am lacking, and if you are lacking somewhere, you need to have a plan like what all could be done to like cater to that particular threat or like weakness or issue which you are having with your business. But it is totally, you have to do a lot of research, you need to talk to people. It's not only about theoretical thing which you'll be going on Google and like searching out for the things. It is basically going and like talking out to people, understanding what are the challenges faced by the people. So whatever is your product or service, you need to go and discuss with the other people, and once you do that, then only you will be having more understanding of your own business. As I also gave you the example of Amazon. If you're into product business, go and search for the problems. So it is only about understanding the problems of the people. So you have to go like, or like right now I can see around like 20 30 people are there in this room. So any person, like if you are having any sort of, or if you're going to deal with any sort of service, so are these 20 30 people interested in that particular service? So you have to basically understand like what is the problem. So try to focus on the problem through the online medium, or through like generating certain forms, or through directly going and discussing with people. So this is the way, when you understand the problem, you understand your business well.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Anything else?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, first customer or client is very important for startup business. So how did you got your first client?
Okay. So actually, when I started my business, it was all around my friends. So one of my ex-colleague, he was the graphic designer, and one of my college friend, he was the ads person. So and I used to take care of the sales and also my this thing, the social media marketing, branding, content. I myself used to take care of all these things. As I also told, like when you are the owner, you have to do multiple things at your own. So I used to create the everything, like the agreements and the invoices, everything was done by me only. But initially when I basically started, so I started off my journey as an intern, then I worked with a company for like 1 year, and then with an MNC for more than 3 years. So at that time I already had a network of people who like knew that ki, this is my way of working, and they already liked my the way I was working. So when they got to know, like when I started Cube Square Studio, I like just make shared it everywhere on all the social media channels. And when those people who were in connect with me, who were my clients in the previous companies, so they themselves approached me like, yeah, we would like to, if you have started, we would like to work with you. So it again depends on you. So you have to create healthy relationships, no matter you are going to achieve something through someone or not. But if you are having relationships which are healthy, so not today but after 10 years also, they are going to be fruitful for you. So it is also about like showcasing your caliber, your skills, and having healthy relationships with the people. So automatically clients mil jate, even if they are not my clients. But there were so many people who were referring me, like you can go and talk to them, they were giving me referrals. So it is again because of the good healthy relationships which I had with the people around me, and also with my ex clients.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else, guys? Any questions? So do you got the gist about this thing, like, okay, what are the problems and how you can face that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Any other question? Otherwise, then Neil can take over. If you can, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, Neil will be taking over and covering up the last part of the session.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Oh, okay then. All right then. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
Neil should be taking over.
Hi, everyone. A very good morning to all of you guys. Let us start with today's session. And yeah, we'll be discussing about ideation in startups. So, yeah. So I'll just give you a quick intro about myself. So my name is Neil Komatwar. Like people from Pune call me Digital Neil. I'm a digital marketing trainer as well as a lead generation specialist. Like I'm director of one of these firms, that is Sri Mahalakshmi Investments, which is again a 18 years old firm. Also, I've been selected by as a mentor of change by Government of India. Previously, I was working with some of these companies, that is Your Sarthi and G Card. Until now, I've worked with like more than 300 plus brands, and 7 plus years of experience I have, and like I have trained more than 15,000 plus business owners, coaches, and trainers. Also, I have like recorded some of the courses for like Government of India programs, or like various government incubation centers. And again, like I got an opportunity to speak with some of the biggest influencers of India, including Raj Shamani, Abhishek Kar, MBH Chaiwala, and yeah, this is about me, and these are some of our clients which we are kind of like we have kind of delivered sessions and workshops with. Yeah, so this is a bit about me, and now we'll deep dive more into the session. We'll learn more about the ideation part. Yeah, just give me a minute. I'll just like open the presentation. I'll just try to finish it in next 10 or 12 minutes. So we'll try to finish by 10:40. Yeah. या स्पार्क यू स्टार्टअप द पावर ऑफ आइडिएशन. अगर आप देखोगे कोई भी बिजनेस स्टार्ट होने से पहले एक होता है कि लाइक आप प्रोटोटाइप बनाते हो या फिर लाइक आइडिया जनरेट करते हो. इज हिंदी कंफर्टेबल फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू गाइस, और लाइक इज इंग्लिश व्हाट डू यू वांट? Both? Perfect. All right. So, whenever you are kind of starting an idea, right? For example, let's say you want to build a car, right? You don't build the car directly. First, you start with a small inventory. Let's say you build a bicycle first. After building a bicycle, you see like you test different bicycles and see like what's working in the market. And then you start with a new segment of the market, that is again the scooters. And then maybe you can quickly pivot to the cars. Or like maybe if you want to build a small cycle, maybe you can like plan it in such a way. I will just give you some examples during the session. So ideation is a process of generating, developing, and redefining ideas. So we generate the ideas, we develop the ideas, and we redefine the ideas. So it's a crucial aspect of problem solving, innovation, and creativity. So the goal of ideation is to explore a wide range of possibilities and come up with solutions and concepts that can address a specific problem, meet a need, capitalize or an opportunity. Example, ओला. ओला का सबसे बड़ा इशू क्या था कि लोगों को ट्रैवल करना था फ्रॉम एक्स प्लेस टू वाई प्लेस, एंड दे वर नॉट एबल टू गेट अ कैब, और लाइक मे बी ऑटोज थे बट ऑटोज का कॉस्ट बहुत ज़्यादा महंगा था. इस रीजन से ओला मार्केट में आया. एंड ओला आने से पहले भी ओला ने बहुत सारा आइडिएशन किया, ओला ने बहुत सारे आइडियाज जनरेट किए कि लाइक क्या क्या पॉसिबल हो सकते हैं. क्या हम लोग ऑटो वालों से कोलैबोरेट कर सकते हैं, क्या हम लोग कार वालों से कोलैबोरेशन कर सकते हैं. एंड उन्होंने सारी चीज़ें आइडेंटिफाई करने के बाद आप एक सोचिए कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल ओला ने बस कार ही क्यों लाया था एंड बाद में ऑटो क्यों लाया. बिकॉज ओला ने ये रियलाइज किया कि लाइक पीपल वांट अ हैप्पी जर्नी. उनको आराम से एसी वाला राइड प्रेफर करना था उस समय पे, बैक इन लाइक 7 और 8 years बैक. एंड देन उस प्रोसेस और then उस चीज के लिए उन्होंने कार्स के साथ लॉन्च किया. एंड देन स्लोली दे स्टार्टेड टू गो विद लाइक मे बी द एसयूवीज आल्सो, और लाइक मे बी द ऑटोज आल्सो. सो अगर आइडिएशन की बात करूं मैं, तो आइडिएशन अगर आपको करना है तो ये बहुत सारा ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग के साथ आता है, कोलैबोरेशन के साथ आता है, एंड आपको हर पर्सपेक्टिव को मद्देनजर रखते हुए वो प्रोडक्ट को डेवलप करना पड़ता है. सिंपल स्टेज है. जब एक आप एक आइडिएशन मोड पे हो तो आपका माइंड बहुत ज्यादा मतलब कंफ्यूज होता है कि लाइक किस तरीके से करें, कैसे करें। बट एक बार आइडिया क्लियर हो गया लाइक हमको किस रास्ते जाना है, या फिर लाइक द हाउ वी नीड टू डू, वी नीड टू वर्क ऑन द कंसेप्ट पार्ट, देन वी कैन वर्क ऑन प्रोटोटाइप, एंड देन वी कैन वर्क ऑन बिजनेस मॉडल, लाइक या फिर like, किस तरीके से कस्टमर्स को हमको सर्व करना है, एंड देन वी लॉन्च द कंपनी। सो दिस इज द पार्ट। सो वेन एवर यू आर इन द आइडिया स्टेज इट्स ओके। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपको सिंपल बोलता हूँ कि अगर आपको एक सिंपल लॉन्च करना है, फोन लॉन्च करना है, तो फोन लॉन्च करने के लिए आप यूजुअली क्या करते हो, आप मार्केट रिसर्च करते हो। मार्केट रिसर्च क्या होता है? मार्केट रिसर्च में आप अलग अलग कंपनीज या फिर ब्रांड्स को स्टडी करते हो, कंप्यूटर एनालिसिस करते हो, आप देखते हो कि लाइक बाकी सारे लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली आप आपका जो प्रोडक्ट है वो लॉन्च करते हो, राइट। सो व्हाई आइडिएशन मैटर्स फॉर स्टार्टअप्स? तीन चीजें हैं, इनोवेशन, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एंड अडेप्टेबिलिटी। अगर आईफोन लॉन्च आया है मार्केट में तो एक सिंपल है, इट स्टैंड्स फॉर इनोवेशन। नाइकी नाइकी क्या बोलता है? जस्ट डू इट, राइट। सो आप क्या नया लेके आ रहे हो? अगर आप कोई भी बड़े से बड़ा आइडिया देखोगे बिजनेस में, वो क्या होता है? इनोवेशन होता है। इनोवेशन फॉर एग्जांपल ओला भी देखोगे तो इट वाज अ न्यू काइंड ऑफ ट्रेंड और इनोवेशन इन दैट काइंड ऑफ सेगमेंट, राइट। ओयो रूम्स, रूम्स तो पहले से थे बट अगेन अब लाइक लाइक एक प्रॉपर एप्लीकेशन के थ्रू सब चीजों को एक साथ लेके आना, इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ इनोवेशन। सेकंड है प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग। लाइक देख के लाइक ओयो का प्रॉब्लम क्या था, लाइक रूम्स की कॉस्टिंग बहुत थी और लाइक बहुत घटिया ट्रीटमेंट मिलती थी फ्रॉम दी होटल्स, खाना अच्छा नहीं होता था, एंड लाइक बहुत सारे इश्यूज होते थे। तो ओयो ने वो इश्यूज ये किए और उसके ऊपर एक कॉमन सॉल्यूशन सबके लिए लेके आया, एंड अडेप्टेबिलिटी। सो बी रेडी टू इवॉल्व योर एज योर स्टार्टअप्स ग्रो। कि फॉर एग्जांपल आपको मैं सिंपल बोलता हूँ, नोकिया का एग्जांपल। नोकिया ने क्या किया? अडेप्ट नहीं किया मार्केट को। सो दैट्स द रीजन आज की डेट में नोकिया बहुत पीछे है। यू नीड टू अडेप्ट टू द मार्केट अकॉर्डिंग टू द ट्रेंड्स। अगेन आइडिएशन प्रोसेस। आइडिएशन प्रोसेस क्या है? लाइक एक बड़ा सपना देखो, ड्रीम बिग। देखो आपके आसपास क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज है। आपको देखो, मैं आपको अगर आप देखोगे, अगर आपको आईफोन लेना है ना, आपको हर जगह पे आईफोन दिखना स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं। अगर आपको कोई कार लेना है तो आपको हर जगह पे वो सिमिलर टाइप की कार्स दिखना स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं। तो सेम अगर आप कोई भी बिजनेस के बारे में सोचते हो तो लाइक लुक अराउंड के लाइक आज की डेट पे क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं आसपास के अंदर, एंड अगेन टॉक टू पीपल, गैदर इनसाइट्स कि अच्छा आपको ये इसमें क्या इशू आ रहा था। फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं मुझे आईफोन बनाना है तो मैं अगेन नेक्स्ट आईफोन यूजर्स को पूछूंगा कि आपको क्या इश्यूज आ रहे थे। जैसे आकांक्षा ने कहा लाइक शी वेंट टू अमेजोन और उसने रिव्यूज पढ़े वहां से, उसने देखा कि लाइक अच्छा दिस आर द प्रॉब्लम्स व्हिच माय कस्टमर्स आर फेसिंग एंड लेट मी वर्क ऑन दिस, एंड देन लाइक क्विक प्रोटोटाइपिंग, सो ब्रिंग आइडियाज टू लाइफ रैपिडली, एंड देन दैट इज अ फीडबैक लूप, learn and adjust based on the feedback. So spotting opportunities, real world examples. Example again, Uber का लेता हूं मैं। Uber ने क्या किया? Uber saw the opportunity to make transportation more convenient, right? And उस तरीके से उबर लॉन्च किया, या फिर लाइक ओला लॉन्च हुआ। अगेन ओला ने देखा कि लाइक एफोर्डेबल एंड लोकल अकोमोडेशंस नहीं हो रहे थे ठीक से, तो उन्होंने ये देखा। सो बिग आइडियाज ऑफन स्टार्ट विद रिकॉग्नाइजिंग एवरीडे प्रॉब्लम्स। सो सबसे पहला प्रॉब्लम ये है ना, आइडिएशन का एक है कि पहले ना आप सबसे एक, मैं बोलता हूँ एक एक्सेल शीट बनाइए, उसमें सारे प्रॉब्लम्स लिखिए, इस बिजनेस में क्या इश्यूज आ रहे हैं, एंड उसके ऊपर आप वर्क करना स्टार्ट कर लीजिए। सो अगेन पुटिंग कस्टमर्स फर्स्ट, आप कस्टमर्स के नीड को समझिए, उनका क्या इशू आ रहा है वो समझिए, एंड वही होता है कि लाइक अब बहुत बार कस्टमर्स आपको अगर गाली दे रहा है तो मेक श्योर कि लाइक ये कस्टमर गाली क्यों दे रहा है, उसके पीछे का जो आइडिया है वो आप समझने की कोशिश कीजिए। सो कोई भी बड़े से बड़ा बिजनेस अगर आप देखोगे, सबसे बड़ा बिजनेस कौन सा है आज की डेट पे? वो वही है जो सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहा है। प्रॉब्लम जितना बड़ा बिजनेस उतना बड़ा, प्रॉब्लम जितना छोटा बिजनेस उतना छोटा। अगर आप देखोगे शूज पॉलिश करना है तो वो बिजनेस इतना बड़ा क्यों नहीं है? बिकॉज प्रॉब्लम उतना बड़ा नहीं है, आप वो घर पे भी कर सकते हो। बट सेम चीज आप देखोगे, प्रॉब्लम जितना बड़ा रहेगा ना उतना बड़ा आपका बिजनेस रहेगा। एंड अगेन एमवीपी हम लोग बनाते हैं, मिनिमम वायरेबल प्रोडक्ट। सो इसमें जो है हम लोग सिंपलेस्ट वर्जन टेस्ट करते हैं। एग्जांपल, ओला जो है एक मेट्रो सिटीज में स्टार्ट हुआ था, उन्होंने देखा कि क्या क्या चीजें वर्क हो रही है मेट्रो सिटीज में, क्या क्या इश्यूज आ रहे हैं, एंड उन्होंने अलग अलग चीजें टेस्ट करने के बाद उन्होंने पूरे ऑल अक्रॉस द कंट्री में, इंडिया में उन्होंने ओला का लॉन्च किया हुआ है। एंड अगेन दिस आर द की कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ द आइडिएशन प्रोसेस। एक है प्रॉब्लम आइडेंटिफाई करो, दूसरा है जितने भी प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं उसने आने दो, जो भी आपको प्रॉब्लम्स आइडेंटिफाई करना बस उसे लिखो एक एक्सेल शीट में। थर्ड है, इसमें से देखो कि लाइक अच्छा एग्जैक्टली क्या इसमें बहुत सारे प्रॉमिसिंग आइडियाज हो सकते हैं मेरे बिजनेस के लिए, उसको और थोड़ा क्यूरेट करो और अलग से शीट में लिखो, एंड प्रोटोटाइप करो लाइक आप किस तरीके से इसके अराउंड एक बिजनेस मॉडल बना सकते हो। एंड देन वो प्रोडक्ट को लॉन्च करो मार्केट में, टेस्ट करो, देखो क्या क्या फीडबैक आ रहा है, एंड देन यू लॉन्च द मेन प्रोडक्ट। अगेन लर्निंग फ्रॉम मिस्टेक्स, सो चेंज डायरेक्शन इफ नीडेड। सो कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि like, अगर आप बोलते हो कि like, मुझे यही रास्ते से जाना है, कभी कभी आप देखोगे लाइक 10 साल हो गए, 12 साल हो गए एंड वो चीज वर्क नहीं कर रही है, एंड फिर भी आप वो एक ही रास्ते से जा रहे हो, देन माइट बी इशू, यू नीड टू चेंज योर स्ट्रेटजी। एग्जाम्पल, इंस्टाग्राम बिगिन एज अ सिंपल ऐप फॉर लाइक फोटो शेयरिंग, बट ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम इंस्टाग्राम ने रील्स लॉन्च किया, एजीटीवी लॉन्च किया। सो चेंज इज द नीड, वो अगर आपको लगता है कि लाइक मार्केट के अनुसार आपको चेंज होना जरूरी है, आपको अडेप्ट होना पड़ता है मार्केट के अनुसार, राइट? एंड देन यू नीड टू काइंड ऑफ स्केल अप फ्रॉम आइडिया टू एग्जीक्यूशन. सो हाउ कैन द आइडिया ग्रो? फॉर एग्जांपल नेटफ्लिक्स है, नेटफ्लिक्स ने एक सिंपल स्ट्रैटेजी के साथ स्टार्ट किया था, वो था डीवीडीज, ठीक है? एंड देन उन्होंने अभी जो है लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग स्टार्ट किया, लाइक जो ऑनलाइन स्ट्रीमिंग है, नेटफ्लिक्स जो सबसे बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ पे लाइव आप मूवीज देख सकते हो, शोज देख सकते हो. एंड that's how they plan. You need to kind of see कि आपका आइडिया आगे जाके ग्रो हो सकता है, नहीं ग्रो हो सकता है. मान के चलिए कि आज की डेट पे अगर नेटफ्लिक्स जो है बस डीवीडी सेल करता, आपको लगता है कि लाइक वो ग्रो करता? एब्सोल्युटली नो. सो दिस इज हाउ यू नीड टू evolve. एंड अगेन सक्सेस स्टोरीज, टेस्ला ने भी जिस तरीके से मार्केट को लाइक डिस्टर्ब किया था, एग्जाम्पल है अगेन स्पॉटिफाई. स्पॉटिफाई ने अगेन म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्रीज को चेंज किया. वो टाइम पे हम लोग आई थिंक 99pk.com ऐसे कुछ सॉन्ग्स वो वेबसाइट से डाउनलोड करते थे, बट अगेन स्पॉटिफाई आने के बाद हमको डाउनलोड करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती थी, हम लोग डायरेक्टली स्पॉटिफाई से एक सॉन्ग जो है सुनना स्टार्ट कर लेते थे. एंड कभी कभी बोल्ड आइडियाज कैन लीड टू रिमार्केबल सक्सेस. सो यू नीड टू सी लाइक एवरीथिंग इज अराउंड यू. आप स्टार्टअप बिजनेस अगर आप देखोगे, इट्स मोर अबाउट टॉकिंग टू मी पीपल एंड उनसे सीखने में. आप आपके माइंडसेट से चलोगे तो वो आपका माइंड रहेगा, आप आपके माइंड से सोल्यूशन लाओ, बट प्रॉब्लम्स आप लोगों के इससे समझो, उनके शूज में जाओ. एंड अगेन दिस आर सम ऑफ द स्टेप्स फॉर एंटरप्रेन्योर जर्नी. फर्स्ट इज आप आइडिया जनरेट करो, आप देखो कि लाइक आइडिया फिजिबल है या नहीं है. थर्ड है आप उसके अराउंड बिजनेस प्लानिंग करो. फोर्थ है अगर आपको फंडिंग लगता है आप घर से ले सकते हो तो घर से लीजिए, बाहर से आप ले सकते हो बाहर से लीजिए, उस आइडियाज को इंप्लीमेंट कीजिए एंड आप उस बिजनेस को ग्रो एंड स्केल कर ही सकते हो, राइट? एक सिंपल एग्जाम्पल है, लास्ट स्लाइड है. एग्जाम्पल है एक बहुत प्यारा मॉडल है, इसमें आप देखोगे सर्वाइवल मोड नोकिया, कस्टमर्स कम है और प्राइस भी कम है, वो है नोकिया. इसको बोलते हैं हम लोग सर्वाइवल मोड. आपको देखना है कि लाइक आप आपका प्राइसिंग जो है वो लो रख सकते, कस्टमर्स आपके पास है या फिर नहीं है. अगर आपका बिजनेस मॉडल ये इसमें आता है उस पर वर्क कीजिए मत, बिकॉज प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी होगी नहीं इस बिजनेस में. दूसरा है स्ट्रैटेजिक मॉडल, प्राइस कम है बट कस्टमर्स बहुत ज्यादा है, ठीक है? तो ओपो और वीवो, तो आप ये कर सकते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल चाय का आप देखोगे, चाय में क्या है, प्राइस बहुत है बट कस्टमर्स बहुत है. अगर 10 रुपए की चाय 1,000 लोग भी लेते हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं 1 लाख का गला तो उसको पर डे का हो ही रहा है, राइट? थर्ड है ग्रोथ मॉडल, जहाँ पे प्राइस थोड़ा सा है, एकदम हाई नहीं बट थोड़ा सा है, और कस्टमर्स भी बहुत ज्यादा है, जो है वन प्लस और सैमसंग. एंड लास्ट जो है प्रॉफिटेबल मॉडल, जो प्राइस बहुत हाई है बट कस्टमर्स कम है, सिलेक्टिव कस्टमर्स है, वो है एप्पल. अब प्राइस हाई है इसका मतलब क्या है कि लाइक प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी ज्यादा है. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर एक आईफोन का कीमत मान के चलिए 30,000 रुपए है बनने के लिए, वो सेम आईफोन 1,80,000 में बेचता है, तो कहीं ना कहीं 1,50,000 रुपीज का प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी है. बट सेम मॉडल अगर वो 30,000 में अगर वन प्लस का फोन बन रहा है तो वो 50,000 में बेच रहा है, क्योंकि ये मेनी मेनी कस्टमर्स पे ध्यान दे रहा है. तो इस तरीके से आपको जो है सेगमेंटेशन करना है और आपको देखने के लिए आप किस मॉडल पे फॉलो करते हो. ऑलराइट, सो गाइस थैंक यू, दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट आइडिएशन. लेट मी नो इन केस आपको कुछ डाउट्स है, क्वेरीज है. ऑल गुड टू गो?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
परफेक्ट. कुछ क्वेश्चंस डाउट्स आप सभी को? Perfect. So thank you guys. Thank you so very much. It was great connecting with all of you. Yeah.
We would like to end this session with thank you speech. Good afternoon, one and all. Good afternoon, one and all. I'm Shreya Shetty. It was a great honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this event on behalf of the College of Commerce. I take this opportunity to propose a humble thanks to all those who have directly or indirectly contributed to our session, organized by Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship. At the outset, I wish to express my deep sense of gratitude to our chief guest and keynote speaker, Mr. Komatwar and Aakansha Tangade, for accepting our invitation and giving us the valuable time. Thanks to you, sir, and ma'am. We also thank our respected principal ma'am, Dr. Vijayata Shetty ma'am, and Dr. Anuja Nalvankar ma'am, for giving us this platform for conducting this event. Lastly, my heartfelt thanks to the team of Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship for making this event a great success. Thank you.
Thank you guys. It was great connecting with all of you. See you. Bye bye.
Sir, you are
Thank you
not.
so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Ma'am, we can't hear.
I just said thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much,
It was
ma'am.
great connecting with you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.